Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a Divi user, you know how crucial responsive design is. But let's be honest, sometimes the traditional 3 breakpoints just don't cut it. When we have our desktop, we have our iPad, basically our tablet view, and our phone view. This doesn't always cut it. And one of the things that has always been grated on me is that when you're using a phone and you've designed the thing for the phone, but then you just turn it to the side and you start viewing it in landscape mode, and basically all your styling is gone because the styling is not big enough for the tablet view, but it's not small enough for the phone view. And so it's gone and it just doesn't look good anymore. And sometimes you end up with something like this where the fonts is just too small, the layout is just terrible, and so on and so on. So it's been a bit of a sore point for me for quite a while, and I'm not sure if this is something that's really spoken to you too. But the good thing is though, is that when you jump into Divi 5, Divi 5 gives us something new. And you can see at the top here, I've already enabled them all. But if you first use it, you'd be getting something like this. Okay, I'm just going to save and update. You get this, which is the usual 3 options that we have, the 3 breakpoints. We have the desktop, we have the tablet view, and we have the phone. So it's a bit easier already in Divi 5 that you don't need to go and click on the 3 dots at the bottom and then try and find the icons on the left bottom here, but you have everything set up for you right here that you can just click on the tablet view and the phone view, right? Excuse me. But Divi 5 has gone one step further, and they've thought about that thing that has been irking me for so long. And that is the landscape views. So if I click on this one, you can see it's phone wide, right? So anything smaller than 860, but not as 980, which is the tablet break. So it's covering that in-betweener, that one that, you know, when the person turns their phone to the side. And then you have the option also for the tablet view wide. Then on top of that, you have desktop here, which is, as they put here, as your base device. So you cannot change anything on desktop because basically desktop covers whatever your browser is following here. But they do give you these options now for widescreen as well as for ultra wide. You know, like when you build for a screen for desktop here, we usually have like maybe call it 1200 pixels wide, something like that. It's very seldom that we really build 100%. But if you're having an ultra wide one and you build 1200 pixels, you have a lot of space on either side if the person is using the full width of the ultra wide screen. Thankfully, most people, I'm not going to say all, but most people will probably, if they're using ultra wide screen, they probably have different sections for different things. So they'll have a browser like in the left hand side of their screen, and they'll be doing other stuff in the right hand side. But for those that don't, you're going to have a lot of wasted space on either side of it. So now you get the option at least where you can come and you can actually design specifically for ultra wide as well. So that gives you a lot more options on how you can design. So if you come in here and you just select them. So again, like I say, when you first initially come in, you're given the default ones, the phone, the tablet, and the desktop. But you can enable them here. And as you enable them, you hit save. And it's going to ask you, yeah, do you want to keep it? And you just say update. And then it comes in over here. So now anything you select, you can go and make the changes. Now, another thing that I love about this particular kind of setting that Divi 5 has for us here is that, let's say I select this one here, which is the tablet wide, but I'm not sure exactly how wide the device is that I'm looking at on. And maybe it's not 990, but maybe it's 900. I can actually just come to the side here, and as soon as it gives me, there it is, I can make it smaller, and I can bring it all the way down to 900. If I just get it again, there it is. But basically you can make the difference in the sizes here. Okay, it's not going to go all the way down because it's got the leeway. See, this one over here is going to ask me to go down to the next breakpoint, up to the next breakpoint, down to the previous breakpoint, and so on and so on. But you can tailor it now specifically for the screen size that you want to target. And that makes it a lot more flexible with regards to how you can do your designs going forward. Now, the other thing in Divi 5 that is quite amazing is that, you know, like if you come here, let's go back to Divi 4 quickly, and let's say go to desktop, and I want to change this text setting, right? Now if I want to do anything in design, let's say I go to heading and I want to change it here. So now I want to change the heading design. I have to come and I have to select phone, and then I change it over there, right? Now if I want to change the color, then again I have to come here, I have to select phone, and I have to change the color, and so on and so on and so on. So anything you want to do when you're jumping between the views is you have to come and individually select which one you're working on. Now it doesn't work like that in Divi 5. In Divi 5, whatever you select here, let's say I go back to phone, keep your eye here on the right hand side. Let's go back to desktop. You see it changes over there? So it automatically will be set. Now this is the great thing about Divi 5, is that whatever it is displayed here, that is what all the settings down here, as I work on them, will be affected. So if it's set now to desktop and I go to sizing and I say use custom gutter width and I say I want it 1480, then that 1480 is straight away going to be tied to the desktop view. It's not going to be a case of I need to go in and select it and change it each time on each setting that I want to change. So now that's done with the sizing. Let's see the spacing. Any setting that I change over here, see, it doesn't ask me for any of the responsive views because I'm already tied to this one over here. And so this is a great time saver. It's so much easier to build out on Divi 5 websites when it works with responsiveness. Now, some of the things, let's go to, say, phone, or let's go to hover, right? Now, for hover, you can see some of these states are not supported. So I can't go and change the gutter width. But what I can do is I can change the regular width and the maximum width, and so on and so on. So any spacing or any setting that is not really feasible for the setting that you've placed here, it will actually tell you. So it's not a case of like, oh no, now I've made a glitch and I changed something that I was not supposed to change. No. They've actually thought it through and they found which ones you're going to need, which ones are good, and you can allow it. So every time it's something that you cannot make a change, it'll give you this message, hover state not supported. All right. So that's wonderful. And it's something that I'm very excited to, that Divi has brought out, or Elegant Themes has brought out in Divi 5. So when would you use these extra breakpoints? Now, again, as I said earlier, is think about when you are looking at it on a mobile view versus a mobile wide view. There might be, let's see if they got anything here in this one. Probably not. But let's say you've got this here, right? Maybe what you want to do is, instead of having every one of them under each other, you could actually, in this view, you could have them side by side. So let's have a look at this one and see if it makes a difference. Okay, so you see here it is side by side. Let's see if the regular tablet view. See, this one is going all underneath each other. But because here you have the extra real estate space, rather than having it running all the way down, you can now have it side by side. So this is just a quick example, but it can be applied across all of the ones that you have. Whenever you want to have a different column, maybe on your tablet, you only want to have 4 columns, but maybe on the wider screen, you want to have 3 columns, and so on. Maybe when you come to a narrower screen, you just want to have 2 columns. But it gives you that flexibility that you can now build it as you want, and specific to tailor it to the person's experience. Now, one thing to keep in mind though is that with all these kind of changes, you never want to go overboard. You don't want to have to build it here and then it's like you go and set every little setting here to ensure that no matter what screen the person's viewing it on is going to be perfect, because you're going to be so busy. But you can first focus on the phone, the tablet, and the desktop, and then you can see like what devices are people actually using. So if you see that your website is being used 10% by mobiles, but 90% by desktop, then you'll be wasting your time really working on these kind of things over here, right? but you will be well served maybe to start looking and seeing what kind of desktops the people are using over here. Right? If it's all on laptops, then you just stick to desktop. But if it's desktops itself, maybe you want to look also at a wider screen, because people don't really, if they're using desktops, they don't really have the smaller screen anymore. All right? So those are some of the things to just keep in mind when you're working with this. But I feel like this customizable breakpoints here in Divi 5 are a serious massive leap forward for responsive design. They give you like unparalleled control and flexibility to craft beautiful pixel perfect websites across the ever-growing range of devices. Beautiful thing about this is that it's, like I said, it's just faster, it's more intuitive, and just helps you to optimize your designs quite easily. Now, have any of you tried out this feature yet? If you have, just let me know in the comments, and let's see how educate each other as to how best we can make use of these things. And if you found this tutorial helpful at all, do give me a thumbs up down there. Subscribe for more Divi 5 content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. And for that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.